Hello. Something a little different today. I'm going to share a folk tale. Once upon a time, on the top of a mountain grew three little trees with great hopes and aspiration to do something wonderful. The first little tree thought, I would really like to be a treasure chest, made into a treasure chest and hold wonderful treasures. The second little tree decided, oh, I want to be made into a great sailing ship to cross the oceans and carry kings. The third little tree thought, I just want to stay on this mountaintop and grow very, very tall and point to God. Well, they grew up, and then a woodcutter came and chopped down the first, second, and third tree. The first tree thought, well, I'm going to be made into a treasure chest, but instead he was fashioned into a feed trough for animals. The second tree, thinking he was going to be made into a great sailing ship, was just made into a small vessel, not made for oceans, and certainly not for carrying kings. The third tree was really confused because all she wanted to do was stay on the mountaintop and point to God, but instead she was thrown into a wood pile. Well, one evening, a young couple came into a stable and put a newborn baby into the food trough. And at that moment, the tree knew he was carrying and holding the greatest treasure in the world. The second tree was out on a lake when all of a sudden a great storm arose and everyone was afraid. But then someone got up and said, peace, be still. And the waves calmed down and it was very, very peaceful. And the second tree knew he was carrying the King of heaven and earth, the greatest king of all. The third little tree was still confused, but one Friday she was yanked from the wood pile and had hands nailed to her, and she felt cold and ugly. But 3 days later, on Sunday, the sun shone, and that man who would be forever our Savior was raised from the dead, and she knew that every time people thought of her, they would think of God.